Hi everyone, I am here with our tonight's Christmas story. First, let's read our advent calendar. And it says, just simply for December 9th, get cozy this evening. You never know if it's going to be a Bible verse, a saying, or what it's going to be. It could be a tip, like yesterday's was telling you how to make a bird feeder. Take a toilet paper roll or a paper towel roll it in honey and some bird seed. Tonight is get cozy this evening. Tomorrow's a good one. Alright, tonight's story is Little Tree, Big Dreams. Don't look like much of a little tree, does it, guys? This is the one about Rockefeller Center. I only know that because the picture earlier in the book, I seen a big, beautiful tree. Alright, sure you going to follow along? Yes, it's on page 35. It's by Carol Schultz from Florida, New York. Ready? 60 years ago, she planted a new Norway spruce in her front yard. Last year, it became the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. I always wondered how they got their trees, didn't you? I always just thought they grew right, it was the same tree, seriously. I just always thought it was the same tree. I looked out my living room window at the proud little Norway spruce, still safe in its pail, standing out there in our front yard where it would ultimately make its new home. You're going to be beautiful, I said. It was January 1960. That's when my mom was born. And I was looking forward to planting our tabletop Christmas tree in the ground come spring. That's the one, I'd said at the gardening store, pointing to a nicely shaped live evergreen. Its roots wrapped in burlap. You're destined for greatness. We decorated the tree and surrounded it with presents for our two young sons, Mitchell and Thomas. Now I felt almost as if I had 3 babies to watch grow up. That spring, the tree took root and grew along with our family. 2 more sons came along, Floyd and Kenneth. They loved the tree, climbing its sturdy branches and chasing the squirrels who had settled in it. 4 boys and a tree pretty much described our family entertainment. As the years passed, we craned over necks to see the wriggle point on top, 10, 20, 30 feet in the air. Each December we used a ladder to hand big multicolored outdoor lights from the branches as best as we could. Then we would go inside to warm up and watch the New York City Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting ceremony on TV. I always marked the event on my calendar and tried to coordinate decorating our own tree and tried at our front yard prize winner on the very same day. I loved seeing all the people press in around the tree that was chosen from the thousands to be the most famous Christmas tree in the world. From our TV room, we clapped and cheered along with the live audience when the tree lights were switched on. It was a joy that never dimmed. We watched it this year, did you guys? One year, while watching the credits roll, I thought of my own tree. If only that could be our tree up there on the plaza stage. A throng of people from around the world celebrating its glory. Golden angels lining the entryway to the breathtaking vision. In 2000, I found out how to nominate a tree for consideration. I wrote to the committee and enclosed a photo that hardly did our tree justice. Maybe someday, I thought, when I put the letter in the mail. I almost forgot my Christmas wish until a neighbor came over last summer. A guy from Rockefeller Center stopped by. You weren't home, so he left his card for you. Says he likes your tree. The next day, I got a knock on my door from the guy. It was Eric Pauls, the master gardener. "Can we talk about your Norway spruce?" he asked. We rode under the shade of the tree. My crew and I would like to come visit once a week and fertilize the tree. Keep an eye on it, he said. And so they did, until my Christmas wish was a sealed deal. My tree, my little Norway spruce, now 77 feet tall by expert measurement, was chosen to be the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree of 2019. In October, the workers placed a sprinkler on top of the tree to soften the branches so they could bend. Then they wrapped the branches one by one with rope to make the tree easier to bundle. In November, the crew came back to cut the tree down. It was a big to-do in our little town. Our neighbors and all the elementary school students gathered around to watch. Once the crew sawed through the spruce's mighty trunk, a crane lifted it on a flatbed truck for its journey to New York City. My family and I all stood on its huge stump for a photo. Instead of watching the tree lighting ceremony on TV last year, there I was in Rockefeller Plaza as a bona fide VIP. You made it, I cried to my tree. It was cold and rainy, but when the switch was flipped on, all of New York City seemed to light up with me. The crowd roared, and I felt connected by Christmas to millions of people all over the world. Our tree left Rockefeller Center Plaza on January 7th, but our work was well done. The wood from it was milled, treated, and turned into lumber, used to build homes for Habitat for Humanity. Joy spread from my home to so many others. And now it's time for me to run out to the gardening store and pick this year's tree. I know she will be a beauty. Here's the pictures of them wrapping up the tree and the beautiful tree all lit up at Rockefeller Center. What do you guys think? And there's the guy down at the bottom there that picks the tree. I'll read what that says. Who picks out the Rockefeller Christmas tree? This guy. He was made for this. Eric Pauls, the tree scout for Rockefeller Center, loved trees as a kid and was a horticulture major in college. Fresh out of school, he landed a job with the gardening team at the famous New York City Plaza, climbing the ranks to head gardener. For more than a decade, Eric has driven through Pennsylvania, New York, and Connecticut, scouting evergreens, making a list and checking it twice like Santa on wheels. What does he look for? 70-footers at least, with perfect symmetry, green, lush, and full, he says. Sometimes people don't believe me when I say why I've come. That's when I show them my business card. The crew fertilizes the hopefuls and considers how they fare during bad weather. The branches must be strong enough to bear the weight of 50,000 lights and a 900-pound crystal star on top. I seen that star had Swarovski crystals on it this year. So beautiful. Eric still gets goosebumps during the countdown to lighting. It's a great feeling, he says, and everybody's happy. Eric isn't just a tree guy, he's a people person too. He keeps in touch with families who have donated their trees over the years and calls them when he's in their area looking for another one. With all his experience, you'd think he'd be the one to pick out his tree at home. The family votes on it, he laughs. They just want me to bring the pickup to get it in the house. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and here's a picture of the beautiful tree again. I hope you enjoyed that Christmas story for tonight. And our next story for tomorrow is going to be called A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. And I hope you guys have a great night's sleep. And God willing, we'll be back with a Christmas story again tomorrow. Let's bring those souls to Jesus. Good night, guys.
Sorry.
It's okay.